and welcome to another episode of Chasing Mysteries Gardens. I'm Rebecca, and along with my wife Karen, we are on a mission to renovate and rejuvenate our little piece of earth. So the skies opened and it hasn't stopped raining. Today is the first day that it hasn't rained in about 4 days. And I'm not just talking light sprinkles here and there. No, I am talking one day it rained constantly, just this misty rain all day from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed, and I'm sure it was raining in the nighttime too. One day was torrential downpours, thunderstorms. It was crazy. The wind was blowing. It was nuts. So those days were kind of cool. And then yesterday it rained and it was hot and muggy and just gross. And a lot of our things in the garden are showing signs of just wear and tear from too much rain, too much heat. So I want to take you around the garden and show you all the things that have happened in the last 4 days with all of this rain. So let's go on this adventure and see what we can find. In the pepper department, it's pretty decent. You can see how wet the earth is. It just stays together. Oh no, is that a slug? Oh my gosh. Slugs. I treated these, fertilized them, and the leaves have gotten so much better, and especially on that's the sriracha, and then up here on the jalapeno there's a whole bunch more flowers, so I'm really excited about that. There's not too much damage here, just wet, soggy dirt. This side of the garden is okay. There is some, I still need to get this actually in the ground, but there are some yellowing leaves from all the water. And then also, I think I need to pull out my onions. The stems are just, ever since I cut them, when you cut them, it leaves it open on the end, and I think just too much water is getting into them, and they're not faring too well. So I think I'm gonna plant or pick them earlier than anticipated. I hope that doesn't, I don't want them to rot in the ground because it's too wet. So I don't know, I'm gonna take my chances. Onions have not been very successful this year. So here's where we begin to see some real damage. This is the acorn squash, and it just has powdery mildew, which is mostly what is wrong in the garden. It's just everywhere on this plant. And then it is also all over the butternut squash. And wherever the butternut squash overlaps the cucumber, it's on the cucumber as well. And now it's on this side. This is also a cucumber. You can see the powdery mildew. So again, down in here, this is the cantaloupe, and it also has powdery mildew on it. So the onions back there are faring better because they weren't, not as much rain fell directly on them. So I might leave those. The cabbage is doing okay. The tomatoes okay. All of the cucumbers. Just powdery mildew everywhere. And then because it's been so hot, there have just been a ton of Japanese beetles. And they have just eaten the leaves everywhere. I can't keep up with them. Every time I come out, there's 5 or 10 more to deal with. But other than that, the beans look okay. So here on Sherry, there is some powdery mildew again. But we have some nice looking zucchinis up there. So I've already picked several cucumbers that we have eaten for dinner, and they are so delicious. So in here we are getting, not only are we getting the powdery mildew, but we're also getting some yellow icky leaves. So I will go ahead and cut all those off in there. And then this is a different variety of cucumber. Looks okay. More powdery mildew. It's just everywhere. So this zucchini over here, its leaves are turning yellow. There is some powdery mildew here. It's not as bad. I treated this plant with copper before the rain happened. I don't know if that helped. I don't know if the yellowing is a result of the copper fungicide, but we have some zucchinis in there. So again, I'll treat this. Probably my milk solution seems to be what is helping the most, so I think I'll stick with that. Thanks for joining me on this adventure around the garden. As you can see, things are just soggy right now. And I'm hoping that the next couple days aren't supposed to be as hot. I'm hoping the humidity stays down. And we are going to treat, give it a little bit longer to kind of dry up. And then we're going to treat all of the plants for the powdery mildew that we found along the way. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more. And as always, Sookie Sookie, love the earth, love yourself, love each other. Till next time.